55. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elder great millstone. Salutation to all you Akim on the highways and byways bidding to the marriage. I want to call this title Esau why Esau hate Jake, but you'll see in the thumbnail say he made a big mistake. It's talking about all the birthright, but it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and people, Jake is still wondering, just reading on this video, this Hebrew, this Israelite, this video, this woman asked on the comment board, when the video I was watching, was talking about, why does he hate us? Because in the video wasn't really explaining it, but it got into some scriptures, but, the real reason why Esau hates us is because, Genesis, and I was watching some other videos, on Esau attacking Jake out on the streets now, it's getting, that time is coming. Those race riots, those rumors of wars. But I want to start off on, why Esau hates us so much. He made a big mistake, like in the thumbnail, made a big mistake, it's not through, it was not his, it wasn't his, it didn't matter. The Lord was still gonna, he was some way or somehow he was still gonna sell that birthright. Because as it said in Genesis, he was that serpent that beguiled Eve, and it also said that he shall have enmity with the woman. That woman is talking about Israel, as you know in the scriptures. When the Lord is referring to Israel, he's always talking about his woman. So Esau was reincarnated twice. He was a serpent one point, then he was Cain. So I'm at first, that's a whole new topic, but I want to get off. But why Esau hates us, watching a lot of videos, and how Esau's, he's about to come down having great wrath, But I'm gonna start off with Genesis chapter 25, verse, I'm gonna start off from 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham beget Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Pandanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. The Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children just struggled together within her. Like I said, when that serpent was reincarnated as Cain, then into Esau, he's already having problems and they're already fighting, struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Two different people, two nations of people. That's why they're not getting along already. Because it said that they're going to be different people, And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare him. So they were already having trouble. Do you know why they got into the description of Esau? Is because he's the only people that have red skin. No one in the scriptures, it may mention people's skin color, but it's always brown or dark or represent the dirt. It never goes into red. So it tells you right there that he was the only people that had pale white skin. But when they're babies, they're red. You can see their skin translucent. And it first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. So I was reading that. Go to 27. And their boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Esau always trying to do something, Esau likes to hunt. Esau likes to skydive. Esau likes to do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like he likes rock climbing, mountain climbing. You know what? I mean, to learn about the outdoors, you gotta, you have to go outside. But Esau takes it to a whole new level. He does he does crazy stuff. Like he likes the sky. Like who wants to risk their life jumping out of a plane to see? He likes to swim with sharks. Esau's always doing. He's wrestled with alligators, crocodile. You know, and it's crazy because I would never. He even Esau probably the first people that ever made a zoo because like who else wanted to cage up animals for his own amusement? Like gorillas, lions, like who wants to do that, And when you're feeding them, they tear you apart. That's gonna be on you. You can't, Esau be having standoff with chimpanzees and gorillas that kill people, but yet they're animals. So why would you, it doesn't make any sense to kill them. And man of the field, Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tent. So Jake don't like to do much. Jacob, he just we chill, with our in our houses, with our women, always watching TV or something, not doing to the point where our lives are in danger. You have Esau and submarines at the bottom of the ocean. And what if that thing get like torn open, like there's a hole in it and the water starts seeping in? Just what are you gonna do? What are you gonna nothing? You're gonna sit there and you're just gonna die. Esau does crazy. And when the boys grew, Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. He's weak. He's about to faint, pass out. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?" His biggest mistake. But it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, but that was his biggest mistake, and now he's regretting it. And this is his, and he's mad at us, but you should truly be mad at yourself, But it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai that he wanted this story to play out this way, Esau said, "Behold, I'm at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me?" Jacob said to me, and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So Esau despised his birthright. The failure of Isaac. I'm gonna from the departed. I'm gonna go down to the failure of Esau, which is on chapter 26, verse 34, because this is talking about it's talking about the Isaac going into the land when there was a famine. I'm trying to get more on Esau and Jacob to explain the story more. So I'm gonna go in on 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. So Esau was already screwing up before he even, after he sold that birthright, he's already messing up, he's already, And I'm going down to 27, chapter 27, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto them so that he could not see. He called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, "My son." And he said unto him, "Behold, here I am." And he said, "Behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapon, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison." and make me savory meat, such as I love, bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless me thee before I die. When Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, Shalaki, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau, thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I have commanded thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for my father, such as he loveth. So Esau, it was like a time, it was like a race against time. Esau was hunting, but Rebecca, she loved, her son Jacob more than Esau. So she gave him the flock, so in a quick fast, the two kid goats. Thou shalt bring it to thy father that he may eat. She's gonna bring it to his father so he may eat it before Esau gets back. And Jacob said to Rebekah his father, his Salaki, but Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse. My son, only obey my voice and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly remnant of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands. So like the fur, right? The hair, not the fur, but hair, and put it upon his arms. Because Esau's a hairy man. You know, and she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hand and upon the smooth of his neck, and she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy son, firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou found it be so quickly, my son? And like I said, Rebecca helped help Jacob, get that venison before Esau got back. Whether thou be my And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee that I may. Or actually I read too fast. And he said, Because the Lord thy power brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, Jacob's voice, the voice of Jacob. Esau had that squeaky voice back then still, that plain, that air, hey man, he had in it, he could tell the voice between the two, even then they had the voices were still, different. Everything was different about them, to their skin, to their strength, like I said, in the womb, even to their voices. So, they were completely different people, nations. Esau's hand, so he blessed him. I said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me. I'll eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father and Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near, and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, Yahweh will give thee of the dew of the heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. So, it tells you right here the dew of the heaven and the fatness of the earth. So, we know when we're going to rule the whole world, and it's not going to be by the sword. As you see right now, this is the difference, blessing between the two, is that, Esau is going to have the fatness of the earth also, but at different times. But he's going to live by the sword. We're not going to live by the sword. We're not going to have armies rushing, but Esau, he lives by the sword. In the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of corn and wine, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And blessed be he that blesseth thee. So, it tells you right here, people are going to serve us, nations. It tells you right here, there's a separation. Not everybody's equal, as it said. The nations were just made to, serve Jacob. Esau, he's, he didn't get that. He feels and he's mad because he sold his birthright. Now, he just can't let it go. But, I'm going to keep going down. And blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass that as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing, Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? So he couldn't tell. He said, he couldn't tell who was it. He said he thought it was Esau, but it wasn't. And he's confused now. Very exceedingly and said, where is he that taketh venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, he shall be blessed. He's still going to be blessed. Jacob was still going to be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried. He was crying with a great and exceedingly bitter cry. He said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. He wanted a blessing too. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So, he wanted a blessing too. Esau, he said, Is there at least one blessing for me? Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him the Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. Everybody in the world was meant to serve, Jake, but, we went off. Now we're in captivity. And Esau is ruling us. Esau the devil. Tired of Esau. And he said, Is not he ready? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved that blessing for me? Behold, I have made him Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above, and by the sword thou shalt live. And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Who done that? All these pictures you see of Esau burning up, burning Jake, hanging him, and all this lynching, and you wonder and you think that, who else is doing that? Who living by the sword? Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, The days of my father is at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So this all has to do with his blessing. And since he sold his birthright, this is why this all happened. And it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. The days of my, he will slay his brother Jacob. The days of my, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Yeah. He's done crying. Then also, he had a perpetual hatred because of that blessing. That, yeah, he lost. Everything that we're getting, Esau, feels some type of way, but you had your chance and you just messed it up, and now, you just that's your fault, and now he's mad at us because he gave it to us, and he's mad because he don't have it. That doesn't, Esau's twisted, and he's already unrighteous you know, since he took the wives of the Hittite and the Bashemith, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, you know, and he's just been wicked. He's not upright. He likes to, he's always outdoorsy. He's always trying to do something. Jump out of plane, mess with. He's just spirit and never was right. As called, and he had a perpetual hatred. But I want to get, I think that's good on that. But I'm gonna read down to 28. Stop at 28. And I will say my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise, flee thou to Lebanon, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away, till thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then will I send and fetch thee from thence. Why I should be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of daughters of Heth, such as these which are of daughters of land, which good shall my life do me? And Esau, Jake had to leave because Esau was, he was mad, Esau wanted his blessing. That's how he felt. But I'm gonna get more on, now ever since he lost that blessing, his spirit's been, out of, just he's been wicked since the womb, I'm gonna start off with Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 15. Verse 12, Salaki. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and reavenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus, revenge, And therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it. I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. He's talking about fall, he took vengeance upon, Judah, that's the head tribe. Also against all 12 tribes, Esau. Therefore, thus says the Lord power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people. And that's going to happen in his slavery. Esau's going to be put into slavery. That who shall lead us into captivity shall go into captivity. Lead us by the, who shall live by the sword must be killed with the sword. It's talking about Esau. He led us into captivity. We've been in captivity for 400 years, right? He's been killing us he kills everybody. Mostly Jake. But Esau lives by the sword. He's gonna have to be killed with the sword. Destroy them. They destroy. Esau. She's talking about Esau in the scriptures. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger, according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So vengeance gonna be upon the Lord's gonna take vengeance and put and attack Edom for what he did to his what he did to his people, what he did to us Esau. But I want to get 35 and 5. All right. I'm gonna start off from 1. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee. I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities to waste, and thou shalt be a desolate, and thou shalt know I am the Lord. Esau's gonna know. He's gonna learn. Because Esau, he has no fear of the Most High. That's why he breaks every commandment in the scriptures. And if Esau did fear the Lord, as he says, in God we trust, but Esau doesn't fear the Lord. He doesn't want to keep none of his commandments. He doesn't. None of his people don't even believe in the Lord. It's always like, probably the Lord. He's probably a real person. Esau's, he's either in the middle or he doesn't believe, or he just won't answer. And, it's just one of the two. Because thou had a perpetual hatred and has shed, perpetual means forever, never ending, everlasting. Perpetual, just he won't let it go. He just she's mad about the birthright. If you tell Esau to let it go, it happened it has happened 1,000 years ago. He still don't, he's still gonna be mad. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. You know, Esau just kept, and he just won't let it go. He's just still mad. I'm gonna read down. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going from 5. Because I had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I'll prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. As if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys. And in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because, Esau's not going to build up no more. Perpetual desolations. Perpetual. Esau, after this kingdom, he's not building. He ain't building nothing. Nothing. He's not making any type of gun, no building, no science lab, no nothing. He's not, no jets, no missiles, no more chemical warfare. Esau not making a damn, he's not making anything. Esau ain't making a thing. And that's how it's gonna be. And thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. They're gonna learn that He is the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're gonna learn that He exists. They're gonna learn that you either, you're gonna live. If you want to live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. Because thou hast said, these two nations, these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. He's envious. Esau is envious, anger. Every time you play a rap song on a video, he always has something to say. I was watching this trailer. This new game is coming out called Mortal Kombat 11. It has a rap song on it. A rap song, and then, all you hear Esau, why has it got to be rap? Why, Esau's always mad. He hates, he'll hate LeBron because he's good at basketball. But, he's always showing up. Esau just find any excuse just to talk shit, He's always over the internet, too. It's ridiculous. And we will possess it. He has envious, jealous of what we can do. What thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. They're gonna, he's gonna make known. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, They are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. And thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me. and I multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. So the Lord has, he has heard what you've been saying. Esau thinks he's gonna get away. His words, his thoughts, to his actions. Esau thinks he's crazy. Esau really thinks that he's gonna get away with this. And his mind is fried. All that microwave food. McDonald's has screwed. He just deluded. He delusional. Your words against me, I have heard them, because he thinks nothing's gonna happen to him. You disrespect the Most High. The Creator, and you disrespect His Son. You made everybody in the scriptures Edomite. Look like Edomites, but they're not. They're all Israelites, and they don't look like you. You cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is He? Who's covering the faith? Who are the judges? Every prophet, judge the nation. The Lord always sent a prophet out to a nation that needs to be judged. Why? Because they're doing something wickedly, and basically, it all leads to destruction, because they don't want to. If that nation repented, or that city, in scriptures, some like Sodom and Gomorrah got hit by meteors, some got, the whole world got flooded. No one wanted to listen to Noah, right? No one wanted to listen to Noah. He's trying to say, and the Lord is judging them. The Lord put, He make his words onto you, but you have not regarded. No one wants to listen. If you don't listen, and it's all leads to destruction. So the judges are the prophets. And what Esau did, he covered the faith of the judges. But what, iconoclasm, yeah. It's when the picture, Esau paints over the picture, right? Or he shoots off the noses, like in Greece, or in I forgot. Sometimes he even does it to Ham, like in Egypt, people nose were getting shot off at the sphinxes, because Esau knows that they don't look like him. They're not him. He's not the beginning. He never was. Because Jacob's the form of all things. And Esau, he doesn't like that. He's mad. You know, Esau just won't let. That's why he covered the face of the judges. I forgot where I will make thee desolate, and thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know I am the Lord. So, you rejoiced at our downfall, the Most High and us, the children of Israel, we're going to rejoice at your downfall, and since Esau is the devil, and he thinks nothing's going to happen to him, this is what's going to happen, because he's still mad about the birthright, and he knows he's not going to inherit the earth. So what's going to happen is he's going to try to destroy it, as fast as he can. That's why you see all plastic in the oceans, animals dying at an alarming rate. They're all up on shores, popping up dead on shores, falling from the sky. But I want to get Revelation chapter 11, verse 12, I think it is. And they heard, actually Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, Salaki. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, ye that dwell in them. Woe to inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down onto you having great wrath. You don't see spiritual Satan say, woe to inhabitants of the earth. He's gonna come down having great wrath. Spiritual Satan not coming down having great wrath. Talking about Esau, because he knows he has but a short time. Because you see all these chariots in the skies, we're getting closer to that, It was just a power outage in New York City. Esau saying that was by accident. No, you're testing something, or you did it on purpose. One to two. And a transformer exploded. Esau's problem is, people are starting to figure out he's the devil, and he can't put up. He doesn't want that. And you still got Jake trying to be friends with him, saying that that's not who he is. That's only some. They all hate you. They all, no matter whether they give you that smile, or whether the smile, or either they're the true devil, or they're making a lie. One to two. They're the devil either way. His words were smooth as butter, but war was in his heart. But What was I about to get? Oh, Revelation chapter, I think it's Revelation chapter 2. And you know, I'm gonna get growth with the women. I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Behold, 2 verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. You know, we're going through poverty and tribulation in this country, you know, but thou art rich. We're rich because we have this knowledge and understanding through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, all praises to him for giving us this knowledge and understanding, you know, and giving us this truth, you know. If not, you know, we would still be, you know, in that dead mindset. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. You know, Esau steals everything, steals heritages, cultures, and he thinks he's not gonna happen to him, but are the synagogue, and he's the children of Satan, the synagogue of Satan. And you know, wicked, you know. For none of these, I'm gonna read down. For none of these things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation. 10 days be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So, you know, the Lord said, be faithful unto death, because, you know, we're going to go into tough times, you know. The tribulation, you know, time of Jacob's trouble. Esau's going to cast it, you know, with the devil. The devil's going to cast us into some prisons. You know, not talking, spiritual Satan ain't casting no one. You don't see him floating into somebody's butt, you know, on the highways and snatching somebody and casting, you know, you don't see that, you know. You don't see spiritual Satan levitating, going, you know, you don't see spiritual Satan doing that. So, you know, he's talking about a man, or somebody that is actually doing that, and that's the so-called white man. He's going to be Esau. He can't put up with that. He's angry because, you know, people are starting to figure out he's the devil and that he's nobody. Basically, he's no one. Like, he has no hair. He's nothing. Half of them Hollywood movies about history are not true. He's foolish. You know, he's full of it. He's foolish. You know, just BS. He's BSing. You know. But I'm gonna get Isaiah. Should I get Isaiah? Isaiah. Isaiah. What should I get? I want to save this scripture. I'm gonna go back to Revelations. Revelations chapter 11. Chapter 11, verse 12. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You know, just talking about the world wars. The second woe is past. And, you know, Esau lives by the sword. You know, death and destruction is coming. You know, time of Jacob's trouble. You know, the Lord's gonna come out as a thief in that day. You know, no one's gonna be aware. I was watching this video about the economy and how this man was talking about is gonna be impending collapse like in 2008 or 2009. Read all across the comment board, people making jokes, mostly Esau, because he thinks nothing's ever gonna happen. He thinks America's untouchable. Like, oh man, just the pride of Esau, man, so annoying. You know, nothing's gonna happen to him, and you know, he's gonna get destroyed. He's gonna be put in slavery. You know, and Esau just don't. He's a fool. He's lying to himself. He lies to himself. He tells himself this every morning that nothing's gonna, because I bet he does. You know, he has to. Because how do you, everything you've done across the whole world, and you just think nothing's gonna happen to you? I just don't believe it. You know, I think Esau is lying to himself, saying in the mirror every morning, brushing his teeth, nothing's gonna happen to him. He's just repeating in his head. But he's crazy, you know. But he's losing his mind. He's repeating it to himself. Nothing's gonna happen to him because he knows. He has, you know. He has to know. You know, Esau needs to. Now, where was I? I was on that. So I'm gonna get Revelations. Revelations chapter 11 verse 18. And the nations were angry, and the wrath hath come that the time of the dead they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, to them that fear thy name. You know, to everyone that fears the Lord's name, you know, that keep his that you know, I tries our best to keep his commandments, you know. Fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. Destroy them which destroyed the earth. You know, and who's destroyed the earth? The so-called white man Esau, Edom. He just can't stop. You know, he just wicked. You know, naturally, and it's in his spirit. You know, it just ever since. You know, he just was always been this way. He just won't change. This delusional. They have this. You know, they think nothing's ever gonna happen to them. But you know, they're gonna receive judgment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for what they have done throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm gonna get Obadiah. Oh man, where should I start? This is a good book. Destruction of Esau. Results for the. I'm gonna start off from. One. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 1. The vision Obadiah. You know, I was looking it up on the internet. I looked up who was Obadiah. They said he's Edom because he. Wait, hold up. You know, total destruction. I'm gonna read the top. The prophet describes their crimes, tries their cases, and pronounces their judgment. Total destruction. You know, I was just reading the title. Actually, I'm gonna read from the top. A struggle that began, the book of Obadiah. A struggle that began in the womb between twin brothers, Esau and Jacob, eventuates into a struggle between their respective descendants, the Edomites and the Israelites. You know, there's always been an argument. There's always been a fight. Mostly because of Esau, you know, Esau starts shit, and you know, Esau likes to art, like he likes, especially on the internet. Esau acts tough on, you know, he just likes to start problems. Then he somehow convinced the whole world that the so-called black man, you know, Judah, you know, you know, they're the problem. How are they the problem? But you dump oil spills in the ocean. You take a missile and you test it in waters and wonder why there's tumors and sharks and cancer and animal. And people fall for this. People think he's a good guy. Like, you stupid. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, it just doesn't make any type of sense how you believe that stuff. You know, the Lord must be. You know, the Lord put that. He had that blindfold over your eyes tight, you're in the dark, trying to tap on the walls or something, because you really shouldn't. You know, you really should know by now that Esau is the devil. The white man is Esau. No one else is doing this, man. No one else. It's just so. And you have some Jake trying to defend him. You know, it's ridiculous. But anyways, I'm gonna keep reading the top. You know, the respected descendants, the Edomites and Israelites. For Edomites stubborn refused to aid Israel. You know, first during the time of the wilderness wandering, and later during the time of invasion, they are roundly condemned by Obadiah. This little-known prophet describes their crimes, tries their case, and pronounces their judgment. Total destruction. So they're mad. They just, you know, but I'm gonna start off from one. The vision Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee smaller among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. No, Esau is greatly despised. He is great. He's getting there to that point. Esau is greatly despised. You know, everything that he's doing, everybody's getting tired of Esau, so-called white man. That's why the New World Order, it's not gonna work out for a while. It's gonna probably collapse in 1 year. But to have the R5 Egypt implemented, like in the scriptures, is gonna have to, the New World Order is gonna have to be implemented for the new R5 Egypt to be all across the whole world. So Esau may have his New World Order, for a couple of years or months. You never, you don't know, as long as the Lord wants it to be. All through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. How long ever the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That right there, it talks about the average Edomite American citizen. This is them. I remember I was in middle school. I was talking about, because when I first joined the truth, we're talking about the American military. He says we have the best military in the world. No one can beat us. like he's a fool. Esau thinks that no one. Man, we're on America. They're on the economic collapse, not us, because we're not from this isn't our country. They're on Esau's on economic collapse in this country. You know, these trade wars with China, Russia, China, everybody's getting tired of America in the world. Strongest military can't take on the whole world. It's just not. You just don't have it. Esau's a fool. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Esau, he takes after that ego. You know, America. Thou exalt thyself in the eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, then will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. His nest among the stars, talking about the space stations. You know, he's trying to Donald Trump said that he's preparing for I don't know, space wars or some space station, some type of space training. People think he's crazy for doing it. Esau knows. Esau knows he's going down. He knows. Like I said, he lies to himself and thinks he's not. But he knows. Trying to reassure himself. Shit. Nodding his head, going out to work or whatever. Saying, yeah, I'm never. That's Esau's mindset right now. He's paranoid. Because he knows something's gonna come for him. Who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, Shalaki, set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If deed came to thee, if browsed by night, how thou cut, oh crap, how thou cut off they that have stolen till they had enough. A grape gathered came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? On highways and byways, we talk about, how it's searched up through the prophets, on highways and byways, prophesying the downfall of America, describing the characteristics of Esau, Edom, and, the so-called white man, he fits up with that, perfectly, all of the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. But mostly, I want to get on back on that. How the hidden things sought up is through, the spirit of, this prophets. The Lord put his spirit on us to do this, All the men thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. And they that eat thee. I'm going to keep going down to 8. I already read that. But shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the man of Esau? And thy mighty men, O team man, shall be dismayed to the end. Every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. He's going to be cut off by slaughter. Go down to 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Shame shall cover thee, it shall be cut off forever. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, and even thou was as one of them, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldst thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of the destruction. Neither shouldst have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shalt not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldst not have looked on their affliction in the day of the calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of the calamity. So, Esau was he was proud in that day. He's spoken proudly of the day of our distress, and he still does, you know, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of the calamity. That means talking about how Esau laid hands on us, when we're already down. Because, when the Lord's with us, Esau is not about nothing. He's far off, smiling in our faces, shaking, waving his hand across the street. Esau, I bet that was Esau in ancient times, He's smiling. He's like probably far down the, distance as hell, you know. Excuse my language, but really distant, smiling, waving, because the Lord's with us, he wasn't afraid to do anything. But it probably, since the Lord wasn't with us at this time, when we went down, when we went into captivity, you know, when our cities were broken up, Esau wanted to come in and do something. Esau is a punk, you know. Neither should us have I stood in the crossway to cut off those of that did escape. Neither there should us have thou have delivered up those of his that did above those of his that did remain in day of distress. The results of judgment on Edom, for the day of the Lord is near upon all heathen, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness in the house of Jacob, and shall possess their possessions. So all that gold and silver Esau took, and the nation, that's all gonna be given back to, the Israel, it's us, Israelite. And what else was I about to say? That reward, and then the vengeance, whatever the heathen done to us is gonna be brought back onto them by Jacob. The house of Jacob shall be as fire, be a fire in the house of Joseph, a flame in the house of Esau for stubble. They shall kindle them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. There's not gonna be peace on earth. Destroys them that destroy the earth. And if Esau stayed alive longer, if he didn't get destroyed, if the Lord wouldn't destroy him completely, he's gonna go right back to what the hell he was doing, being mad, trying to brainwashing everybody. Esau, man, he has no way. He just can't live. He just can't live with this. He just, everybody, everything lives off something. The trees live off, carbon dioxide. We inhale. The trees give us oxygen. There's just an ecosystem, right? There's just everything lives off something. Esau, he doesn't live off nothing. He kills everything. He kills himself. He kills his own people. He he just doesn't fit. He's just that one, oddball. He just doesn't. He shouldn't exist. I'm just a wicked. He's just a demon. That show. Just doesn't. But yeah, but about the ecosystem, yeah, there's more on that. When a plant, when an animal dies, the plant, the tree, to take nutrients from that animal, everything has a cycle. Everything helps one another. If there was no like predators in the world, how would the animals eat? Like lions and bears, those type of predators. Carnivores, because there will be overpopulation of animals that eat grass. But yeah, I'm just trying to, there's always something living off something, ecosystem, life cycle. Esau, he doesn't fit it. He tried to break it because he had no like place here, he had no heritage, nothing. He's just here, just Esau. Look, that's just Esau. There's no type of place in the world. He's rejected. He just couldn't fit in, so he gets, he just couldn't fit in. Now he's mad because he couldn't be part of anything. Just that one nerd at the high school you see in the movies. Everybody's sitting at the table and you have him just walking around with that lunch plate in his hand, just walking around. That's him, in the world, because he had no hair, he had no culture, no hair. The only thing he could bring up is the Greece or Romans. As far as he could go. What about them other times? He was a caveman. Yeah, eating raw meat in the mountains. He still don't have anything. He stole land. He stole heritage, culture. Then he got the nerve to call, try to say that, we're, Jake is thieves or we steal, but you stole heritages, you stole cultures, you stole people's identities, you steal land, you steal their natural resources, but somehow you convince the world that the black man, the so-called black man, is the problem. That's how I'm gonna get a scripture after I'm done reading this. It just doesn't make any sense. How he just he's just a great deceiver. And his lies, they're not good enough no more. I can just see it. His lies are just terrible. He got like this one lie. He went to Mars and he got this rover over there that cost 1 million. Like, stop! You can't even make it out a certain distance out of the Earth space. There's like a radiation ring around the Earth a certain distance, but I don't know where it stops at. But Esau can't venture out because he could die, and no metal can just stop the lies. Just stop lying. You just can't lie no more. And these dumb, these people. I'm not gonna say dumb, but they don't have the understanding. They don't got the mental state to understand that he's been lying for people for forever. All he does is lie. Tired of Esau lies. How's Esau? For he hath spoken it, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistine, they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria. Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of this host of children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in the Severod, shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up of Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. We're going to judge Esau for his crimes and what he's done throughout the four corners of the earth. And, Esau, you just building a tab, endless wickedness and, lies and deceit and blaspheme. In God we trust, but you keep no laws. You call, Yahweh Shai, you changed the name. You made him a white man. It says long stringy hair is a shame unto a man. You made him with long hair. You made him look like you. That's worse than itself. You just keep lying. Just keep on lying, and you're gonna pay for that. Oh, my bad. So John 8:44. Since I'm talking about how Esau always lying. You give your father the devil, and left your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, abode not in the truth. Am I my father's keeper? Isn't that what he said? Didn't he say that? Oh my Salaki. Am I his brother's keeper? That's what he said. Oh, that was Cain said. My bad. I just said father Salaki. Am I my brother's keeper? That what Cain said. In Genesis said to the Lord, because he killed his brother Abel, and he killed Abel, and the Lord asked him, "Am I my brother's keeper?" How should I know? Because he lied. He was a murderer from the beginning. Who was the murderer from the beginning? Cain. He was a murderer and abode not in the truth. Abode not. And who's the best liar? Esau, the so-called white man. Where did he get that from? Cain. He's Cain. In the spirit, you got it. Incarnation is real. You're gonna, there's no truth in him. There's no truth in him. He always lying. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh his own. For he's a liar and the father of it. Ye of your father the devil, lest your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, abode not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he's a liar and the father of it. But yep, I'm gonna stop right there. But I wanna, I just want to say that, Esau, your time is running short. Your lies they're not good enough anymore. There's nothing you can lie about. Like the scriptures, you're proving it. You're acting on you're feeling, your emotions are building up because you're Esau, your judgment. And now you're trying to deny it. Even the peons of today are starting to wake up because the elites ain't telling them. The elites ain't gonna tell the truth. Their own people are gonna lie to them. They're gonna lie to their people and say that we're the best people. And Esau ain't the best at anything. He's terrible. The only thing he got is a bank account, and that's stolen. Like all he does is steal. The only reason why he got so much money in this country is because he lived off the backs of 12 tribes of Israel. Us. You know Esau had us in captivity, and he all these businesses from 1888, Eminem, Nesto, or whatever. All these companies, everything was made by Jake. And basically they lived their business off them, and now they got their 401ks and all this. All he's good at is making money. The only reason why he know how to do that is because he runs the world. Of course he knows how to run his own, and he's not gonna teach Jake that, you know. And if he does, he's gonna cheat him out the way to extort it. Esau, you're through, man. You end it. Like, in that movie, Marvel, the Avengers, I forgot. The Avengers with the Thanos in it, I was watching the trailer earlier, not earlier, but when it came out, like he said, the end is near, Esau, the end is near for you. You're just gonna get wiped away, just like dust, just like blown away, because that's what you're just gonna get destroyed. Slavery, this is what's gonna happen for you. This is what's gonna happen to you for what you did, to my people, to the earth, to the animals, to the trees, to everything. You're gonna get what's coming to you. Especially when you killed Abel, especially when you beguiled Adam, and not Adam, Eve. You did all this, and you think nothing's gonna happen to you. That's pride right there. That's what you think. That's not true. You know, not true at all. The Lord's gonna get you for what you did. All I wanted to say before I ended the video. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the others great millstone. Salutation to all you out there on the highways and byways, bidding to the marriage. Till next time, I say shalom.